Alright, Shalom, Akim, all praises, honor, and glory be to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and I'm going to give a sincere Shalom to all you Akim out there, pushing the word of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, and truth for sincerity. Yeah, and I just wanted to touch on a couple scriptures concerning the true color of the Lord, alright? Because the true identity of the Lord and what he looks like has been shrouded for many years, all right? Because nowadays people believe that who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ is a so-called white man, all right? And we'll prove to you out of the Bible itself that the Lord is not a white man or a so-called white man, all right? All right, I'm gonna just bring this out real quick. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, according to the scriptures, the so-called white man is the wicked. Esau, Edom, okay, the Edomites. All right, they're the wicked according to the Bible. All right, because you got three classifications of men. You got the sons of God, which are the Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You got the sons of men, which are the other nations, the heathen nations. And you got the sons of the wicked, which are you so-called white people. All right, because the spirit of Satan is heavily upon you. All right, and that's just the truth, man. Because all throughout history, you've done nothing but rape, rob, murder, and pillage throughout the whole planet Earth, man. All right, so you are the wicked according to the Bible. All right, and he says he covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right, because when you look into history during the 1400s, right, and prior to the 1400s, our people were actually ruling Europe. All right, and anytime a people was in power, they always made pictures and sculptures of themselves and whatnot. All right, so what the so-called white man did when our people went out of power and came into power, and the so-called white man came into power during the 1400s, the so-called Renaissance era, what happened is they took all of our paintings and started basically disfiguring them and coloring them through something called iconoclasm. All right, and it says he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Now the judges, according to the scriptures, are the Israelites. All right, we were set up to be judges and kings and priests over the planet Earth. All right, but it said he is talking about the so-called white man. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right, because and the main judge that they cover is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is YAHAWASHI in the Paleo Hebrew. All right, because what happened was you had Pope Alexander VI of Rome, and at the time the Pope was considered, in their mind, God incarnate. So what they said, it was, he basically took his son Cesare Borgia, all right, and painted his son Cesare Borgia under this guy Michelangelo, all right, and they painted him as who the world calls Jesus Christ. So that's why you have that image today of the so-called white man with the stringy hair, and everybody uses that picture, all right, in their churches and whatnot, all right. And that's how that image came about. You had the Pope who took his son, Cesare Borgia, and painted his son as the son. And they used that image. To conquer. They went around the world with that image, pushing their religion and whatnot, their Christianity, onto the people. All right? And that's how basically the image of the Lord was covered. All right, and according to the scriptures, the true image of the Lord is he's a so-called black man, all right, from the tribe of Judah. The Judites are you so-called Negro today. So if the Lord was walking the planet Earth right now, he'd be a so-called black man, and I'm gonna prove it. This is Revelation chapter 1. All right, and I'll read verse 1. The revelation of says Jesus Christ, but the Lord's name is YAHAWASHI. The revelation of Yahawashi Mashiach, who the Most High gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. So this is basically the Lord giving visions and certain prophecies to John. And one of the prophecies and the vision he gave was the image of the Lord Yahawashi. Alright, I'm going to skip to go down to the 12th verse. It says, "And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks." Right? "And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man." Right? So now he's seeing a vision of the Son of Man, Yahawashi, clothed with a garment down to the foot. So the Lord wore a garment because that was a law. Alright? The Lord kept the laws. Alright? He was a sinless man. Alright? He kept the laws. He had a garment clothed down to the foot, which was written in Numbers the 15th chapter. Alright? A garment with the border of blue and whatnot and the fringes. Alright? It says, "And girt about the paps with the golden girdle." So a golden girdle is like a war belt. It's something you use during war to protect yourself. Alright? Verse 14. "His head and his hairs." Now this is the main scriptures right now to prove that what the Lord looked like. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. Alright? It says his head and his hairs. So it's talking about the top of his head and his hairs, his beard hairs. Alright, were white like wool. And they were white like wool. So he had, and the only people that on the earth right now that have woolly texture hair is the so-called black men. Alright, you Negroes. Alright? He said they were white like wool because the Lord, when he was on the earth, he caught a lot of hell basically from our people, man. And he was stressed out. Alright? And gray hairs and whatnot and white hairs also signify a lot. Alright? That's in the book of Sirach. Alright? It says his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. Right? And that's signifying that the Lord drank a lot of wine. You know, you drink a lot of wine like that, your eyes get red. Alright? And it says, verse 15, "And his feet like unto fine brass." Now we know if you took something, if you have something brass, right, it's a derivative of the color brown. Alright? But it says his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace. So that's the main point. That's the main point right there. Brass as if they burn in the furnace, because if you burn anything in the furnace, it's going to get darker. And it's going to turn what? Dark brown. And it said his feet were dark brown. So if his feet are dark brown, then the rest of his body has to be dark brown. Alright? And his voice as the sound of many waters, because the Lord had a really high voice, man. He had to speak to a lot of people. Alright? So that's basically the color of the Lord right there. Alright? And that's in the Bible. You can't get around that. It's plain right there. So the Lord is not a so-called white man. The Lord, Yahawashi, is a so-called black man. And when he's coming back to the planet Earth, he's going to kill a lot of people, man. He's going to do a lot of slaying. Alright? And if you don't get this, if you're reading it and you don't get it, then you're probably going to be one of the ones that the Lord is going to slay, man. Alright? To the elect, to the hopeful elect, Lord willing, I'm a part of that. This is plain right here. Alright? And this is easy to understand. So, with that, yeah, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word of Yahawashi in truth and sincerity. Yahawashi Barak. Shalom.